Says, and I quote, "We cannot afford to have a country where citizens live in constant fear, and we will not spare any effort, even if it means using the KDF. The Constitution dictates that the KDF are then released only as a last resort, and of course to restore peace, but with approval of the National Assembly. Article 241, 3C of the Constitution. Is the banditry menace as bad and severe such that the government would consider KDF?"
It is serious, but it hasn't reached the threshold for us to go to Parliament to get KDF involved. We, however, are sharing information, from intelligence from all sides. We are sharing facilities and resources, and in some of the areas, we are making the decision that it's good to have security installations in some of these areas. Like, for example, in that whole North Rift, we're going to have some of the training facilities for our security agencies to cement government presence in some of those areas, and to make sure that whenever we need to deploy, we are not deploying from afar. So there will be, for example, a garrison being built up by the army in Lodwar. There will be another garrison that will be built in the Suguta Valley, to make sure that people feel, because security is also presence, real presence. So we are deploying, all manner of interventions and strategies to make sure that we manage our security.
Why don't we have a commission that, of course, a commission of inquiry that then would look into the extrajudicial killings, now that you mentioned the River Yala cases, and as well the involvement of IPOA and IMLUs and all that?
I already had a thorough meeting with IPOA, and we have agreed with them that it is not necessary for me to establish another task force when IPOA is there, and it is squarely within their mandate to tell us how did Kenyans end up being killed in this manner. And then it was business as usual. 30 bodies in Yala, there's 17 bodies in Garissa. I don't know how many bodies were. People, there was a container here at the Nairobi area. People were being slaughtered in a police station. How did we end up there? What kind of rogue, institution? And that is why I fired that Kinoti man, because, it's not right, good people.
Should there be responsibility more than just firing?
Of course, there will be responsibility.
He did not resign? You fired him?
We'll have another.
Okay, can we move this forward, Your Excellency? Since you're talking about security and talk about we have involved in DR Congo, we have interest in Somalia. What's our game plan? What exactly are we doing in this?
Smart. We, as a country, and maybe many Kenyans have been wondering, I have been to DRC, I have been to Uganda, I have been to Ethiopia, I was in South Sudan. Kenya has the largest economy in this region. And we have huge interest in the stability of this region. If this region is unstable, the biggest hit will be on our economy. Apart from that, we need to pacify this region so that the East African community can become a real market for our products. We are having a big conversation about Dongokundu, about Naivasha Industrial City, about our manufacturing, about all the other facilities that we are working on. Those products have to be exported somewhere. We are looking at how do we grow our agriculture, agro-processing, our tea, our coffee. Where are we selling these products? We have to be interested in creating that market. And that market has to be in a peaceful place. So the reason why we have an interest as a nation, and I am actively driving the stability of this region. I spoke on not yesterday, the day before yesterday, with the president of Sudan, and agreed with him that it is time to have an IGAD meeting for us to help our brothers and sisters in South Sudan. I spoke first with the president of Ethiopia on what we are doing as a country to support them with what is going on in Tigray. I am in constant conversation with the president of DRC. We have soldiers in DRC who are supporting the stabilization of that region. Uganda has soldiers, South Sudan has soldiers, Burundi has soldiers to pacify the region. So regional peace is a very important component of our economy.
But highly pegged on the political situation, the transitions that we witness, such has not been guaranteed to the people in terms of the electoral processes. Perhaps that's the reason why we celebrate our previous election. Just what will be done to make sure that even the political transitions then are properly done to guarantee us a regional peace?
Precisely, you don't wait until you have a problem. You manage the situation ahead of time. So we are, whatever we are doing, whether it is in DRC, whether it is in the rest of the region, is to make sure that we are not taken by surprise by anything. Okay. That we are mobilizing the region, and we are mobilizing international support also for our regional peace initiatives to make sure that Kenya contributes, our bit in making sure that our region is stable, so that we can drive our economy, we can drive trade, we can drive investment, and we can support and build our economy.
Okay. One word on the Somali and, of course, our very own spillover.
Somalia is a very interesting situation, and we now have a leadership in Somalia that are working with us. And we're not only working with the president of Somalia, we are very happy that he is now consolidating even with the regional presidents in Somalia, so that we jointly attack the Al-Shabaab menace. We are very happy that at least we have some synergy and agreement. And we have taken the position that Somalia is a problem for Somalia as it is a problem for us. We cannot afford to look away. We cannot afford to walk away. We have to deal with that challenge, because if we don't, it will get to our doorsteps. We are lucky that we are keeping it at bay because of our intervention. Otherwise, it would ride all the way to nowhere.
Mr. President, allow me